Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the A Collision with Purpose project under the spotlight. Here, individuals are given the opportunity to explore self in pursuit of their purpose. I am Dr. Laxley Stephenson, and I'm your host. The A Collision with Purpose project allows individuals to pause, take a quiet moment and listen, be introspective, and engage self-reflection in pursuing their purpose to unleash possibilities with far-reaching implications for self and others. Today, the A Collision with Purpose project spotlight is on Mr. Nafis Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed is a real estate professional.
Yes,
Folks, let us welcome Mr. Ahmed to the A Collision with Purpose project on the spotlight.
thank you, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I'm glad to be here, right? I've never done something like this, as in like, been on camera, talking to a camera,
Well,
but there's always something to do. Let's do, right?
this is a great place to be for your first time,
Okay.
talking about something as important as purpose. So
Hmm.
I tell you, Mr. Nafis, Mr. Ahmed, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the A Collision with Purpose project on the spotlight. I
Thank
am
you.
looking forward to having an engaging, insightful, and interactive conversation with you about a topic which I believe is arguably one of the most consequential concepts in forming how we function as individuals and ultimately what we perceive as our legacy.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm interested. I got a lot to say.
Wow, wow.
I got a lot to say,
A lot
definitely.
to say. Well,
Hmm.
and that's what this platform is about, for us
Hmm.
to just have a good conversation, right? About something that we all see as important. So today, you're going to explore self in pursuit of your purpose. I will
Hmm.
be asking you a series of questions relating to purpose. So are you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm ready if you are. Let me drink some water, actually, just in case.
Okay. So, you know, Nafis, I am of the opinion that given the seriousness of the notion of the concept purpose, that any conversation about purpose should probably start or begin with a definition. So, from your perspective, I would like you to define purpose, but do so in a general way.
So purpose, I would say, is it something that people want to be known by in the sense, right? For like the because purpose, it could be like a end goal in the sense, right? For people where they let that try to be like the definition of who they are, right? And you either strive to be that or you don't, right? And most people, I would say, don't, right? Even myself, right? Uh, I would say that I lived my life on autopilot for a very long time, and I I was a very emotional person, right? And I would let emotions dictate my actions where I never really had any control of my life, where other people go through a similar situation, I feel as of. And that's pretty much it.
Very, very, very big stuff there you're saying. And
Mhm,
just from listening to you, then I am of the opinion that you believe then that purpose, the whole idea is important. Well, you want to
mhm.
talk about the importance of understanding your purpose and the implications?
So for me personally, right, my purpose is to create a better life for myself, right? But I would say it's more so for my mom's sake, right? Before myself, then I basically put myself behind it in the sense where I strive to be a better person. I strive for success, right? I would, in the midst of me trying to chase after success, I'm also trying to better myself, right? Because of everything that I'm trying to do requires me to be a better person, where I have to rely on discipline. Gotta live by a certain code where, I believe you can really attract the person that you want in your life, that have similar morals, mindset, and stuff like that, as long as you keep yourself grounded on that purpose.
And a big part of your purpose is self-improvement, to
Yes.
be that what you believe is that better person.
hmm In the sense where I feel like, so I heard this in an interview a couple days ago. Some person called themselves a, what was it? A self-improvement junkie, right? That's basically what I would say the last 2.5 years for me has been, right? Because as I said before, I've lived my life on autopilot for a very long time. And 2.5 years ago is when I started realizing I needed to change my life, the way that I think and everything.
So you're a collision with your purpose 2.5 years ago.
Yes.
And it was a series of events that happened that where the light bulb came on, or was it one singular thing that happened that really
Um,
turned on the light bulb?
Realistically speaking, it was in the sense of me realizing I have to change, right? Because it got to a point where I never even thought about my future, right? I was too busy living a life on cycle that I realized as I'm getting older, I need to break out of this cycle because when I get older, I don't want to be this type of person, right? And especially when my mom's been taking care of me for the rest of my life so far, right? And I want to be able to give back to her, you know? She's a single mother. She's taking care of me. Anytime I ever wanted anything, she always had it. She didn't know no in her vocabulary, right? Let's put it that way. And I want to be able to give back, for everything. Single mother, it's tough being an immigrant too, in the sense. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my purpose.
Where are you from originally? You said an immigrant.
My mom's from Bangladesh, right? But I was born here, and she's had a hard life.
So you're a first generation here.
hmm Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
And likewise, so am I. We're
Yeah.
from Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica, and so I understand much of what you're saying.
hmm
And your mom's, you know, such an important
hmm
person in your life. It's a center of everything,
hmm
and just her and her presence
hmm
seems to me is really making you take a more serious, more intentional look at life. Is
hmm
that what that is?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because at the end of the day, my, I know that my mom would want me to be a better person and to be able to achieve, success that would pretty much put people in a better place financially, where it makes the other things easier to kind of give time to, right? When I feel like if you're not, there's another quote that I read before online, choose your hard, right? You can either be broke and life will be hard, even when you're rich, life will still be hard because there's so many issues that may come with money, right?
Mhm.
So in the midst of it, it's just to make things comfortable, right? That, and honestly, I want my mom to do whatever she wants in life, and I don't want money being any issue,
Factor
right? Yeah,
that
any factor.
stop her.
And for me personally, it's got to a point where I enjoy growing. That's my hobby of what I do within the last 2.5 years. And the reason also being, I would say I'm a mental health advocate, right? Because I didn't know I had ADHD.
Mhm.
2.5 years ago is when I found out, got diagnosed, and I realized a change in me. Where within the last 2.5 years, I completely changed. I would gladly stand on it, right? Most people that knew me before don't really know me now, right?
Mm,
I'm much more in my skin rather than in my, letting thoughts linger in my head about what other people may think of me, put up a certain wall for no reason, right? Now I'm more so just myself. People can take it as whatever it is.
right, right. You're you.
Yeah, exactly.
You've taken off whatever that thing was that you was wearing.
Hmm.
Now you're
And,
seeing yourself as you truly are.
hmm
And
and
indeed, that's the first step to
yeah.
making the change, right?
hmm
Mhm.
And it's also because like the people that I was around as well. I would say there's this one person that I used to be friends with, and seeing him work kind of inspired me because he's just like a year younger. He was a year younger than me, and he's accomplished something that he put his mind to, right? And he had it in his mind for about 3, 4 years back. So from what he's told me, right? And I believed him on his word, and seeing it come together piece by piece was inspiring, and made me realize what am I doing with my life? You know, during that time is when I was working basically in hospitality, right?
Mhm.
And COVID hit, then COVID situation wasn't great. So for a lot of people, COVID wasn't good. For me, it was just the start of a new chapter
Mm,
for me, it was great for me because I got to during that time is when my mom was also in Bangladesh,
mhm,
right before COVID hit. So I was pretty much by myself. And for about 7, 8 months, I was literally by myself. And I would say that I was at one of my lowest points, right? Because me seeing him slowly, piece by piece, put things together, kind of made me dwell in the room to figure out what the hell I'm doing with my life.
mhm.
And it was clarity that I needed. And we took it from there.
And you got your clarity. Huh?
Yeah. And I would say, honestly, more of that came when I met Juan Mamba, right?
Mhm,
That's to be completely honest. He's helped me because these last 2 years, you know how I said
mhm,
2.5 years since I've started kind of trying to shift. And I was feeling stuck till I met one.
mhm.
And it started getting dark, but once he came in, it started getting lighter again.
And it's so awesome.
Uh-huh.
That's so awesome. And I'll tell you this, someone will hear this conversation we're having today, and you're going to
Uh-huh.
have that same effect on them.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the reason why I actually wanted to come on here is to really speak my mind, right? Because I listened to your other interviews, and I've seen what you kind of bring out in certain people, certain things that people don't tend to talk about or shy away from.
Mhm.
It was spoken of. So I wanted to be able to, watch it myself and, hold myself accountable to certain words. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So it's very interesting what you're saying, and it's powerful at the same time. And I really
Mhm.
appreciate your openness
Yeah,
and
of course.
saying it, because if you're not willing to accept, where you are, it's very, very difficult to get to that next place.
That's true.
Very challenging, stuff. You must first say, "This is who I am."
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're committed to growth, right, and
Hmm.
improvement. So I really commend you for that. And I also commend you for, in the face of adversity, how you
Hmm.
really utilize
Thank you. Thank
adversity
you.
as an opportunity. You talk about
Hmm.
COVID, and you talk about where you were, and how you really applied that to making yourself, in your mind and your belief system, as a better you.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I commend you for that. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff.